What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Benita, and in today's video I'm going to be tackling the topic of body shaming and why it needs to stop. If you're not familiar with the word body shaming, this is when people are criticized or people make comments, based on someone's body size or their shape. I'm sure that you've seen this on the internet because we're on social media almost 24/7 these days. And it's not rare to come across a video where someone leaves, a nasty comment saying, oh, you're too fat to be doing this dance, or you're too skinny, you need to eat more. Just random comments like that. People don't realize the effect that words have on someone's self-esteem, not just in that moment, but for years to come. Body shaming does not only happen to people who are in the overweight category or in the underweight category. You can be classified as normal weight in society standards. I don't even know if society has a normal weight because it just keeps changing all the time. But let's just say you have an average, weight or size. You can still be body shamed because maybe you have flabby arms or you have big thighs. Everyone's body is different, so anyone can be a victim to body shaming. I'm gonna share my experience with you guys. When I was younger, I was skinny. Okay, I was a skinny girl. I grew up skinny. Once I reached my teenage years and I started to pass puberty, and let's say around the ages of 15, 16, my body started to change. It started to develop, and I wasn't super skinny anymore. I started to have more flesh and more meat on my body. I started to develop, bumps and curves and all these things. And I started to realize that I was a bit chubbier than my skinny friends. And I say this because I've always been big boned, meaning that like my arms are not skinny. I might be considered skinny, but then my arms have always been bigger. I've always had big thighs. I've just been fleshier in some parts of my body. And I've struggled with that because people would make comments from an early age to me, comments like, you need to watch what you're eating, or man, you've picked up some weight, hey, you need to lay off the ice cream. And I would just be like, man, like, am I really that overweight? But when I would look in the mirror, I wouldn't see myself as overweight. Yes, I was a bit chubby, and I've always been the type of girl that picks up weight easily after the age of 15. So I've always had to be aware of what I eat, what I drink. I know that if I eat 5 slices of pizza today, that next week it's gonna show. I've always been that type. But what didn't help is that people always made comments about the way my body looked, and that led me to becoming obsessed with dieting, which most of the time did not work because I wasn't doing it correctly. I always tried to diet and to limit myself. It would only last for like 2 days, and then I would just yo-yo. But that was not healthy for me as a teenager. Looking back, that's not something that I should have been that fixated on. Of course, health and fitness is good, but at that age, your body is still trying to decide what it wants to do, and everyone is different, right? So anyways, fast forward, I'm in my 20s, and this happened maybe 2 years ago. I decided I wanted to make a lifestyle change. So I decided I was going to start exercising and lose weight. And this happened during pandemic time because most of us picked up a lot of weight during COVID. And I went from 72 kgs to like 85 kgs during lockdown. And so after that, I realized that, okay, I need to lose some weight. So I decided to get more, involved in health and fitness, and I lost the weight. I went down to like 62 kg, so it was a massive weight loss for me. I never lost that much weight. And instead of feeling great about myself, I felt the opposite, because I felt like I wasn't skinny enough. No matter what I did, my thighs stayed the same. My arms were still flabby. They did not look like my friend did. She looked perfect in my eyes. And I remember once I went to the market to buy some clothes, and while we were there, we were looking through the dresses, and I picked up this really cute dress, and I was like, before I could even say anything, the lady said, I think this dress would look better on your friend because, you're a bit bigger than her. And the way she said it just made me feel so bad about myself. And it made me want to lose even more weight, to the point where now it was becoming unhealthy because I was becoming way too skinny. I'm sharing this just to get my point across, that words can affect you. Words that people say to me from a young age about the way my body shape looked or my body size was, carried on with me until now. And the funny thing is, I don't know if anyone has ever gone through this, but because people would say things about my arms, like my arms seem to be like bigger, I never wore short sleeve shirts for a long time. Like strappy tops, short sleeve shirts. It was a no-no for me because I felt so self-conscious whenever I walked out. I felt like people were just looking at my arms, and so I always wore long sleeve shirts or long sleeve tops. And I reached a point where I was walking around in a long sleeve top, and it was like almost 40 degrees outside during summer, and I was sweating. I was so hot, and I was like, this is not healthy. Why does it matter what people have to say about your arms? People probably won't even look at your arms when you're walking down the street, And so I had to really get out of that mentality that I was in, because it wasn't healthy. And now I can wear short sleeve shirts and whatever I want. But the surprising thing is, sometimes I still tend to go back or slip back into that old way of thinking, and I have to bring myself back out and to realize that no, you know what, you need to be confident in your body, work on what you want to work on. But if your body cannot do certain things, don't force it, because that's just how you are. We are all built differently. We're not all gonna look the same. The interesting thing is that most of the time, the people that have the most to say about the way you look is your friends and your family. And this is so damaging, because I don't know if people are aware, if parents are aware, especially our mothers and our aunties and the women in our family, the older women, they tend to, like in the Black community, I don't know how it is in other communities, but you might just be like wearing something cute, and they'll say, looks like your tummy's getting big, you need to watch out, or let's say you're just sitting there and out of the blue they'll just be like, you're getting bigger, hey, those jeans seem tight, you need to lose some weight. Like, all those small comments, they usually come from home. And I know that it comes from a place of love. It can be constructive criticism, but if someone is struggling with their weight, struggling to lose weight or to pick up weight, or they're just very self-conscious, then we need to be more aware of the things that we say to people. Lastly, this thing of social media and leaving comments. I don't know where people woke up and decided that they can just be mean to other people and just say whatever they want to say to people. I saw this video of a lady dancing on TikTok, and she was, a bit overweight, but she was so confident and she was dancing and she was having a great time. But people left horrible comments saying that you're too fat to be doing this, you need to lose some weight, oh, I can hear the ground shaking. And you don't need to remind people of that. There's nothing wrong with giving someone advice, that comes from a place of love. But as strangers, I don't think it's okay to just be going around and telling people, oh, you look too fat, oh, you need to eat more, you're too skinny, oh, you look anorexic, because we don't know these people, they don't know us, you know. And so we need to be very mindful of what we say, because you might just think that it's comments that we're just leaving on the phone, but those comments still affect the person that's reading them. No one wants to read 1,000 comments of about how horrible they look or about how much weight they need to lose, when they probably know that they need to lose weight and maybe they've been trying to, but they're struggling. You know, society just needs to change. We need to just care about other people's feelings and be more aware of how we affect other people, because we do, and sometimes it's unintentional, but we do. And I think that we can only begin to change by becoming aware and just knowing our limits and knowing what to say and what not to say. I mean, yeah. Honestly, I feel like it's so exhausting personally trying to keep up with society and society standards of beauty when it comes to the way we need to look. Like, one day it's all about having curves, you need to be curvaceous or else you won't be considered sexy or hot. And then on the other hand, it's like, oh, you need to be, you know, you need to have that bikini body or else you can't flaunt it at the beach. Or like, can we just be us? Can we just be individuals and unique? And you know what, I'm a firm believer that if you want to change the way your body looks, example, if you want to start working out and you want to be in better health and better shape and better condition, that's up to you. But don't let anybody make you feel like you're not beautiful because you look a certain way, because you have bigger thighs, or because you don't have a flat stomach. Not everyone has a flat stomach. Surprise. So just be you, and let us just try and be more careful with the things that we say. And let's stop this body shaming, guys, because everybody is unique, everyone is beautiful, everyone is loved, and we're all God's children. So let's try and treat each other that way. I think the world would be more of a better place if we did that. But hey, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience with body shaming, how you overcame it, if you have ever body shamed someone else, and how you've learned from that experience. I'd love to know. This is a safe place, and I'd love to just interact with you guys and hear your comments and your thoughts. And I hope that I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.